Hey, what's going on today? I'm going to be making a vegetarian fried rice recipe. Very easy, high protein, similar to like a regular fried rice. One thing is I'm going to be adding a lot of plant-based protein. So the main ones you're going to need is you're going to need some spinach, some tofu, and I'm going to be using some spices here. You're going to see to combat like the gasiness and like the uncomfortableness that comes with eating a high fiber diet that we all vegetarians know. But hey, let's get to it. So to get started, so this is basically all the ingredients you're gonna need. But don't worry about the exact measurement. Those are in the description. You can check those out. But you're pretty much gonna need some rice. I have some organic Thai rice, which is basically brown rice, black and red. You can use whatever brown rice you have or whatever rice you want to use in general. Be mindful they cook at different times, different texture. Have some corn, some rice and peas. The tofu, I pressed it overnight, but again, you can use the old traditional way. So fry seasoning, I'm gonna go with some red onions. I just like the flavor it adds. So red onions, shallot's a good substitute. You can go with sweet onions, but again, that's just my preference. You can go wherever you want there. Also, I have some garlic. I know a lot of people don't necessarily like fresh garlic. You can go with garlic powder as well. Next, I'm using some fresh ginger, similar to the garlic. I prefer the fresh taste of ginger, but also like the health benefits it provides. And I mentioned in the intro as well, like it's good for digestion, good for gut health. What I try to do is like mince it as fine as possible. If you're not someone who used to eating fresh ginger, you can just go with the powder or just mince it as small as possible. So here I had preheated 3 tablespoons of extra virgin oil, add our base. So here I have some cumin, I have some thyme, some fennel seeds. Fennel seeds, again, another herb that's good for your stomach, good for digestion, help with bloating, but that's something you can keep up because it is very potent. You can subtract that if you don't like it. So I just stirred this for about 3 minutes just to get the onions cooked. So here I'm gonna add in some Caribbean rice and peas seasoning. You can substitute that with a Knorr cube, but you can find this on Amazon. And I have some green Jamaican style curry powder. And again, similar to the previous step, you're just gonna like saute this for a bit. So while I have the stove going, I'm just gonna cut up my extra firm tofu. Again, I used to press overnight in the refrigerator, so that basically extract almost all the water. And I just cut it up in cubes. I know like some people might like the big chunks, but you just want to like spread this out. So you just want to cut it up in cubes and add it. But the tofu press is something you don't necessarily need to have. But again, if you like extra crispy and firm tofu, I would advise like you would want a tofu press. So here I'm just taking it. I'm just adding some extra virgin olive oil to this because I'm gonna add the seasoning. No exact measurement. So here I'm adding some Spanish sweet paprika, smoked paprika. Like this is the best. That's something again you can find on Amazon. If you don't have it, just use regular paprika. But I found like the flavor enhancement of Spanish smoked paprika is just undefeated. So here, like our onions have cooked down with our spices. Just want to add the tofu to it. Now, sometimes I pre-cook, so I cook the tofu separately. So if you want like crispy tofu, you can cook that separately. But here, I'm in a hurry. I'm just adding it to the pot, and I'm going to cook everything here. Just want to cut some fresh spinach. That's something that's optional, but I'm going to add that to the rice. So here, you're just incorporating all the seasoning with the tofu. Like I can smell like the ginger, the fennel seed. It's just like a rich, kind of like sweet herb. That just basically like awesome smell right now in the kitchen. I'm gonna add the rice slowly. So here I use 2 cups of rice. So I'm just adding on my spinach. Now I've let this cook for about 10 minutes. So you want it crispy. So you want it on medium, but you just want to keep moving it. So just enough time for like the pot to crisp at the bottom, but not enough to burn. But then this is basically just me mixing this up and then ready to serve. So yeah, like, this little guy refused to sell. So I'm having to multitask today. But yeah, like very simple recipes. One of my favorite, like very tasty with all like the natural spices and herbs. So like, let me know what you think in the comments. It's one of my high protein recipes I like to go with because like it saves so much time. You can meal prep it. You can have it for supper. Like pair with any salad you like. But yeah, like give it a try. Hit me up in the comments if you have any questions. And if you're looking for other high protein rice based or quinoa based recipes, I'll see you in these other ones.